Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you to Senator Britt for deferring. Appreciate that. Thank you for your leadership. I appreciate it. I'm going to talk about the Arctic. Secretary Austin, you noted yourself on a trip to Alaska in 21. You said here in Alaska, we are where the Indo-Pacific nation and us as an Arctic nation intersect. These two critical regions intersect. This is where we can project power in both regions and where we must be able to defend ourselves from threats coming from both places. It's also where we can better posture ourselves and prepare for climate changes that will impact our future. Secretary Blinken, you were in Anchorage conducting a summit with China, just recognizing the geostrategic location that plays there. We had a classified brief this morning with General Van Herk, head of NORTHCOM NORAD, and General Van Herk is very, very upfront in saying that our direct investment in Arctic-capable platforms, training, and infrastructure continues to lag. He repeated that again this morning. And so I want to move us, because when we talk about the Indo-Pacific, it's not just the islands that Senator Kennedy was talking about. I think we recognize that it extends all the way up north. And when we're thinking about China, and where China is partnering right now, and where Russia is gaining advantage, even at a time of sanctions coming at them because of this awful war in Ukraine, the two of them are partnering in bilateral relationships with everything from what's going on in the water to moving oil from Russia to evade those sanctions to help out China there and fund Putin's war. Last year, we saw a flotilla coming across the Gulf of Alaska with Chinese and Russian ships, warships. You know, they were 75 miles from Alaska. We're nervous about all that is happening there, and I think you all probably would agree that we have reason to be nervous. So what we do in sending that message, it comes down to policies, it comes to personnel. To Senator Shaheen's point, the President has named an Arctic ambassador at large. We need to get that moving. Thank you for that. We've put in place some additional personnel to help on the personnel side. Policies, we need to know that Secretary Austin, you guys are right there with us in acknowledging that we need to have a deep water port in the Arctic. NOAA needs to move forward. Senator Britt and I were down in Mississippi and Alabama checking on the polar security cutters. They're coming, but they're not coming fast enough. We need a commercially available icebreaker up there soon, because we're not going to see our polar security cutters for 3-4 years, and probably longer than that, because they're going to be down in Antarctica. So we are exposed up there. And so when we're talking about the U.S.-China relationship, let's remember how it kind of comes together, unfortunately, because of Russia and our proximity there. So I want to ask you, Secretary Austin, we've acknowledged that we have updated our Arctic strategies. That's so important from all branches of the department. But I think we all recognize that strategy without action is just a piece of paper. When I look at the MILCON projects that the President's budget has submitted, only seeking funding for 2 MILCON projects in one of the most strategic locations in our country. Now, we've talked about what is on the unfunded priority list, and there's a lot of things for the Arctic there. But it causes me to question whether or not we are appropriately resourcing what we need to do in order to have the level of preparedness, the level of deterrence that I think we would hope to see. So, Secretary.
Yeah, as you well know, Senator, we have some of our most valued assets in Alaska. We have F-22s, F-35s.
More fifth-generation fighters, and we're happy about it.
That's right, and you're taking really good care of them up there. We just stood up the 11th Airborne, which is that's going to continue to provide great capability. I asked to invest this year some $500 million in over-the-horizon radars, which will increase our domain awareness. Last year, I asked for $373 million to invest. So we're going to continue to invest to increase domain awareness. We're going to continue to do things, the kinds of things that we're doing as we speak. As you know, we have an exercise ongoing in Alaska, up in the Great North. We need more of that with allies and partners to make sure that we can operate efficiently and effectively in that environment. We'll look to continue to invest, but your point's well taken on MILCON. Over.
Thank you. And I'm out of time, but Secretary Blinken, acknowledging that we can always do more on the personnel side, we'd like to make sure that we're paying attention to that as well.
Welcome is always working with you on that.
Thank you.
Thank you.